Hi, I'm Dr. Elaine Bagner and your instructor for the course. You'll be seeing a lot of me this semester, whether you're in a face-to-face, a blended, or an online course. I want to show you how to use the Brightspace shells that I've developed for your course because each and every instructor is a bit different on how they work. Everything you need for this course, except if you have a textbook or rock kit for physical geology. If you're in historical, you'll have a digital book. And right now, for earth science, you don't have a book. But those would be the only external things you need, plus internet, obviously. But what I mean is all your course assignments, your quizzes are embedded within the course. They're not in some learning management system that you might have to use, for example, My Math Lab. So you need to know how to use Brightspace and how it's set up. This is the first way to make your life easier as a student so I can ensure your academic success. I don't want this to be a barrier. In fact, I want this to help you do well, and that starts by you knowing how to use it. So when you get to your main screen in Brightspace, you'll log on with your Web Advisor credentials, and you will likely have multiple courses here for each one you're enrolled in this semester. So I've just named this some random name, Geology, so it's not a specific course. The picture you see could be different for your specific course based on what you're taking. When you get into Brightspace, I want to talk about the navigation bar right quick because this is important that you understand what each and everything does. The default screen when you come into Brightspace is for announcements. And then you have content, discussions, assessment, class list, so forth. You're going to spend a majority of your time right here in content, just a majority of it. I don't have designated discussions unless they're extra credit. Assessments is one we'll talk about in a minute, and if you want to email me or classmates, you'll use the class list. So let's look at what's involved with content. Let's look at one of the first pitfalls that I see for students in Brightspace. Shortcuts are always great, I get that, but you're going to want to access your assignments and your quizzes from the week that they're assigned in, or if they're labs, in the lab folder, not here under the assessments navigation bar. And let me give you some good reasons for that. What if there were more than one quiz or an old quiz that an instructor forgot to take out? Maybe you select the wrong quiz and Brightspace only allows a certain amount of minutes before that expires. So you take an attempt on a quiz that's due in 2 months, and that is not going to be okay. So protect yourself and access all of your content from within the table of contents, not the assessments area. So when you want to email folks, including myself, just go to the class list. I am there and listed as the instructor, and you can just select that and send it to me. My recommendation: copy yourself on everything you send, and remember that MCC has a policy regarding you using MCC email, which Brightspace qualifies as that, not a personal email address. So getting to the table of contents is very important in Brightspace. That's going to be on the left side of your screen, and the very first place you're going to go is the getting started with coursework. There's a lot of stuff in there, things that may not be applicable for week 1, but a couple of important things are there. This video, obviously, if you need inclusive access for course materials, there's a video about that. Also, there is an instructor plan, which is the most important thing for a course that you have, because that determines how you earn your grade. So when you get there, you'll take care of what you need to for getting started, and then you'll select week 1 down here. So if you start expanding these folders, for example, lab assignments, you'll be like, where's all the weekly work? And you'll forget to do it. So I'm going to say, make sure you do this and collapse all of your folders each week so you can see which week you're on. And then when you look at your lab assignments, you'll individually open that folder. Some people wonder, why isn't everything in one folder? Lab folders have a lot of components, and I've done it that way and seen lots of students not find their stuff. So I want you to be able to access it. And you might go, my gosh, there's 95 things in the lab assignments. That's what I got to do? No. There's just 95 items in the folder, meaning there could be links, instructions, videos, that sort of thing. So don't be a panic by the number that you see in these squares. There's simply just the items that are in a folder. When you get to the weekly lecture content, you're going to open the folder, and then you'll see something like this in week 1. That's the course overview that you need to watch after this video. Then you're going to see a rundown, and you need to open that rundown each and every week. And when you get there, then you'll do all of that material, like watch any lecture videos. And at the bottom, you'll see, if you scroll down your page, you'll see your weekly quiz. You get 2 attempts for your weekly quiz, and the highest grade prevails. Those 2 attempts include something that might be like an internet outage. It could be just because you want to improve your grade. Make sure you look at that weekly rundown because it gives you exactly what you need to know. So open that up each and every week. When you get to labs, this is what it looks like when you expand that lab folder. And you can see there's going to be multiple labs, one for each week or more, depending on which course you're in. And then that means you might not see these weekly folders when you expand it until you scroll down. But make sure that you look at that lab assignments there. If you're in physical geology, the first item in the lab assignments folder is the lab assignments tool. And that's super useful because you'll put all of your stuff there. There's an exams folder. That's where you'll find everything you need for your major exams in the course, including your study guides and the exam portals. So make sure that you check all of that out and look in your instructor plan for the dates. When you get there, there's also something called a technology check because we're going to be using Respondus Lockdown Browser. There's a link to get that app for you in Brightspace. You'll need a computer that also has a webcam. If not, you need to be reaching out to me so we can get something set up through the testing center at MCC. When you take this technology check assessment, this has nothing to do with the content of the course. This is for you to experience what it's like to use Respondus Monitor. You'll be using the Lockdown browser for all of your weekly lecture quizzes, but you will be using the Respondus Monitor, which actually records you like I'm doing now, to ensure academic integrity. So you want to see how that feels and looks and make sure everything's squared away on your device. And that's going to be due like in week 3 of the course, or if you're in summer by like day 3 of the course. The Babyyoda folder is a great folder. That's a happy folder because that's where bonus opportunities are. Check it out regularly. Lots of times I put stuff here and there's no announcement, but yet it can be stuff that can help you on your grades. When you get to week 1, make sure as you're getting started this week or day 1 in summer that you go through everything in the folder. Week 1 may seem a little overwhelming. There's a lot to kind of get you squared away with the course. It gets easier from that point forward. Your weekly lecture quiz is predictable. It is due on Fridays of every week unless there's a short week. In the fall semester, that would be on Thanksgiving holiday. Otherwise, there shouldn't be, and it's listed in the instructor plan. They'll always be due at 11:55 p.m. on Friday. Your lab assignments are going to be due at 11:55 p.m. on Saturdays, unless there's a short week like the fall semester for Thanksgiving. Your exams, you'll have 2 major exams, and they're due by 3 p.m. Let me underscore 3 p.m. And the reason for that is to make sure you have good lighting, unlike I do right now. And that was intentional to show you because the artificial intelligence agent needs really good light on your face and needs to see your testing environment. So you need to take it during the day if at all possible, which is why it's due by 3 p.m. The next thing you need to do since you've watched this video is take the time to watch my course overview video, which talks about what you should expect and the time commitment for the course. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.